Okay, so I'm just making a random video because I decided to pull the crossbars off my truck. I have a couple other changes I'm going to be making. I'll probably make a video about installing some new struts, but at the moment, if you can see, I actually removed the crossbars. Sorry about the huge mess. Got projects for the boat, got struts, pool floaties for the dog. Anyway, so I'll be installing those later. I need a better spring compressor than those cheap Harbor Freight ones. But took the crossbars off. They're too low now that I got the deck system installed on the truck. The only thing I can fit between the deck and those crossbars are these little, tubs, but nothing taller than that. So I can't actually install underneath the tent where it sits on there anything taller than that. So I can't install like my fridge, I can't install my smoker or anything else. I can't fit anything underneath the bars. So I ended up getting one of these Vevor, however you say it, racks. It's closer to cab height. I think it's 18 inches, so it still should be just below the cab on there. I do like the fact that the tent was completely contained behind the cab on the way that the crossbars were set up before, because less wind resistance. I could still technically fit it with the tent inside of a garage, not lengthwise, but height-wise I could. But when I install these new struts, I'll probably be maybe a ½ inch, quarter inch higher than where I'm at now, so the cab probably won't fit anyway. Might as well just go all out and get some extra room, get some usability out of the bed again. But these deck drawers, these are Gen 1 ones, they're all right. They're not bad. I do like the fact that they're gonna keep things safe and waterproof and everything else. But yeah, so that's the projects I'm working on. I'll probably do a time lapse of me building the rack and installing the rack, trying to get this tent up by myself. I think this thing weighs probably 150, 200 pounds. I don't know. I might be overguessing, underguessing, but it's the OVS Nomadic 3. It's too dark. But yeah, it's the queen size one. It takes up the entire bed size of the truck. And then this is the 3-bar Vevor on Amazon. I think it's like $330. So instead of the $200 crossbars that were kind of flexing and kind of sketching me out, you can even see the bow in them. This should be a little bit more stable and also higher. So, but yeah, you guys are free to watch. I'll probably do another video of these struts later on. Okay, so quality of the camera might change, probably for the better. Now shooting on my iPhone because my GoPro, the battery, expanded, and one of my spare batteries that I was going to swap it out with is also kind of bursting. So yeah, that's a GoPro Hero 9. The one thing I did want to point out on the rack, so you may have seen in the time lapse how I was struggling to get some of these bolts in, these long bolts that hold the bed rail. They are real cheap and not quite straight. or at least the nuts aren't straight that are welded on there. So there's a little bit of cross threading, so I'd have to take it to the vise, basically clamp it down, drill it through, or screw it through the back, and then do it all over again. So yeah, so if you do buy the Viva rack, just beware. Probably don't use super high torque, go slow. Maybe get a thread follower or something just to clean up the threads before doing anything, because it's got powder coat and gets in the way. So yeah, I will do a time lapse of the rest of the build and hopefully get the tent on today.